Tonight, you are going to fall asleep calm and certain, knowing that the wealth you want, the exact level of financial freedom you are after, is already on its way to you. Not maybe, not hopefully, inevitably. You don't need to figure out how. You just need to follow. Make yourself comfortable. Let your body settle exactly where it is. No need to adjust anything too much. Just allow yourself to arrive here. Take a slow breath in and let it fall out naturally. Again, slow breath in and release. There is nothing you need to prepare for, nothing you need to understand, nothing you need to get right, just this moment and your awareness inside it. Feel the surface beneath you, supporting your weight without effort. You are held completely, and as your breathing continues, notice how the body begins to soften on its own. You are not making that happen. It's already happening. Now let the body start to slow down. You do not need to relax all at once, just one place at a time. Bring your attention down to your feet. Notice the toes, all 10 of them, the space between them, the soles of the feet, the heels pressing gently into the surface beneath you, the ankles, and if there is even the smallest trace of holding there, let it release now. All at once, as though something unclenches by itself. Good. Now the lower legs, calves, shins, the muscles wrapped around the bones, feel them, and with the next exhale, anything being held there softens instantly, not forced, just released. Down through the calves, down through the shins, all the way down and out. Good. Now the knees, the backs of the knees, the tops of the knees. Let them become loose, unoccupied, as if the joints no longer need to do anything at all. Just wait, just stillness. Now the thighs, the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, the inner thighs. For a moment, notice whether anything is still working there, anything bracing, anything preparing, anything holding on. And let all of that go completely. As if the muscles stop reporting for duty. Good. Now the hips, the pelvis, the seat, the lower body becoming heavier. Not heavy in an uncomfortable way. Heavy in the way a body becomes heavy when it knows it is safe. Let that heaviness spread. Let the weight be welcomed by the surface beneath you. You do not hold yourself up anymore. Something else is doing that now, and you can let go completely. Now the lower back, the mid-back, the upper back. Notice whether there is any quiet gripping there. any old effort, any leftover carrying, and with this next breath out, let the back release downward, as though the whole spine is being given back to gravity, vertebra by vertebra, tension dissolving from the top of the back all the way down through the lumbar, all the way down to where the spine meets the surface. Gone. Good. Now the stomach, the abdomen softens, the organs rest, nothing pulled in, nothing managed, nothing protected. The whole center of the body loosens, and because the center loosens, the breath changes by itself. No need to control it, just notice that the inhale arrives, and the exhale stays a little longer, a little slower, a little deeper, and with each longer exhale, the body drops another level. Now the chest, the ribs, the space around the heart. Let everything there open and settle. No pressure in the chest, no guarding, no preparation, just space, just ease. Now the shoulders, these places that so often carry the invisible weight, the weight of what isn't finished, the weight of what hasn't arrived yet. Let them stop carrying. Let them descend. Let them be taken by gravity, as if something unhooks and all the strain leaves quietly. Now the arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, palms, fingers. Notice the hands becoming still, loose, warm, unconcerned, as though they no longer need to hold onto the day. Good. Now the neck, the throat, the base of the skull. Let the neck soften from the inside. Let the throat open. No effort to swallow. No effort to speak. Only release. Now the jaw. Notice the jaw very carefully. If there is even a trace of holding there, let it fall away now. The teeth parting slightly, the tongue resting on the floor of the mouth becoming soft. And as the jaw releases, the whole face begins to empty out, cheeks soft, eyes resting, forehead smooth, the tiny muscles around the eyes letting go, the scalp loosening, the temples unburdened, and now the crown of the head, quiet, still, open. From the toes to the crown, the body has begun to switch off. Not asleep yet, but no longer trying, no longer performing, no longer preparing for anything, just resting. Now notice the whole body at once. Feet, legs, hips, back, stomach, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, face, head, one field, one quiet, heavy field. And if there is any final place still holding, you do not need to find it exactly. Just let the next breath reach it. and let the next exhale dissolve it completely. Good. Now the breathing becomes even easier. The inhale comes in gently. The exhale leaves more slowly, and each time it leaves, the body feels farther away, softer, heavier, less important. You are still aware of it, but only faintly, as though it has moved to the edge of your attention, and your attention has moved somewhere else entirely, somewhere quieter, somewhere without edges. With each exhale, you move a little further in, not down, not away, further in, into the part of you that has always been here, behind the day, behind the week, behind every thought you have ever had about money, behind all of it. You are moving toward the place where none of that exists, and the closer you get, the heavier the body becomes. The more distant, the more beside the point. Let it be beside the point now. You don't need it for what comes next. Just your awareness, just this. Breathing in gently, breathing out slowly. Each exhale, a small descent. Each descent a little more complete. You are not trying to fall asleep. You are not trying to do anything. You are simply allowing the mind to drift the way it does naturally. In those last moments before sleep takes you, that territory, that threshold where thoughts arrive without logic, where images appear without effort, where the line between what is real and what is imagined begins to soften. You know this place. You visit it every night. Tonight, you are simply more aware of it, and in that awareness, something becomes possible that is not possible in ordinary waking. The inner mind does not distinguish between what has happened and what is vividly felt. It accepts feeling as fact. It responds to the state you occupy. And tonight, the state you are occupying is already decided. Stay here. Let the body drift further. Let the mind soften at its edges. Let the threshold become familiar. Now notice something. The body has gone very quiet, so quiet that you have almost stopped noticing it. It is still there, but it has moved to the background, like a sound you were once aware of that has now become part of the silence. The body is background, and awareness is foreground. Just awareness. Not thinking, not planning, not managing anything. Just the simple fact of being present, without content, without urgency, without anything pressing. Notice how different this is from the waking state. In the waking state, there is always something to return to, something to check, something unresolved. But here, there is no such pressure. Here, the mind is open, the body is off, and the only thing present is awareness itself, still, unhurried, complete. This is your natural state before the day added its weight, before the years added their questions. This is what remains when everything else settles. Stay here for a moment, just here, nothing else required. Now in this softened state, notice what remains when the body has gone quiet. Awareness remains, presence remains, the sense of being remains. And because the body is so still, so settled, so unconcerned, you are free now to feel something much more subtle, not to imagine it, not to force it, just to feel the atmosphere of a life in which money is already done. No urgency, no calculation, no pressure in the background, no unfinished feeling, only relief, only completion, only the quiet of something already handled. Let that atmosphere begin to replace the body. Let that feeling become more noticeable than the room, more noticeable than the day, more noticeable than any old thought. Money is done, and because it is done, the body has nothing left to brace against. That is why it feels like this. That is why everything has gone so quiet. Now notice something about yourself in this, not what you have, not the circumstances that changed. You, the person who lives after this, is resolved. Notice how they move through a morning. They wake up and the first thought is not financial. There is no rapid scan of what is owed, what is due, what is short. The mind opens into the day. Without that layer, just the morning, just the light, just whatever comes next. Notice how ordinary that is for them. It is not relief. Relief implies something was threatening. For this person, there is nothing to be relieved of. It is simply Tuesday. And Tuesday carries no weight. Now notice how they make a decision, a small one, something they want. They don't run a background calculation. They don't measure it against something they can't afford to lose. They simply decide, easily, without a second voice. That second voice, you know the one that arrives half a second after every purchase, every choice, every moment of wanting something. That voice is not present for this person, not suppressed, not argued with, simply absent, because there is nothing for it to respond to. Notice how they move through a conversation. Money does not shape what they say. They are not editing themselves around what they can or cannot do. They are not holding back. They are simply present in the conversation, with the person in front of them. Notice how they end a day. They set down what they were doing, and there is no residue, no mental accounting that follows them to the couch, no quiet arithmetic running beneath dinner. The day ends, and they let it end. This is not a dramatic life. There are no milestone moments here, just the ordinary texture of days from which an enormous weight has been permanently removed, and that removal is not something they celebrate, not anymore, because it has been long enough now that they no longer remember it as an absence. It is simply how life feels. Normal, steady, unremarkable in the best possible way. This is the person you are assuming now, not aspiring to, not working toward. Assuming from the inside, from the feeling. Right now, the assumption is the act. The feeling is the fact. The state occupied now is the state that externalizes. Let it deepen. Let it become more familiar. Let it feel less like a state you are visiting and more like who you simply are. Now just notice this very gently, without trying to answer. What does it feel like to not need money to change anything? Stay with that. No words needed. Your body responds before your mind does. A release, a soft certainty, like something has already closed. And now this, what is different about you in a reality where this is already done? Not what you have, not what you see. You, what is different? And again, you don't need to search. It's already here in the way your body rests, in the way your breath moves, in the absence of tension. That's the difference. Stay with that. What do you no longer worry about? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What feels unnecessary now, it's already reflected in the way your body feels. What has already been decided, it's already reflected in the way your body feels. What are you no longer waiting for? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What no longer needs your attention, it's already reflected in the way your body feels. What has quietly resolved itself, it's already reflected in the way your body feels. What would have felt urgent before, but doesn't anymore, it's already reflected in the way your body feels. has already fallen into place. It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What is no longer your responsibility? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What no longer depends on you? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What has already been handled? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What is no longer uncertain? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. What has already worked itself out? It's already reflected in the way your body feels. This is important. This feeling is not something you are creating. It is something you are noticing, and the more you remain here, the more natural it becomes, less like a state, more like yourself. Now, very gently, let your awareness settle into a single moment. Not a story, not a sequence of events, just one moment, the moment you are already in, but from inside a different identity. You are in your bed, the room is dark, the day is complete, and as you lie here, there is nothing pressing, no thought waiting to surface, no calculation running in the background, no unfinished sentence in your mind that begins with the word money, just the ordinary quiet of someone for whom that question has already been answered. Feel the weight of your body against the surface beneath you. The same surface, the same room, but you are different. The person lying here carries nothing unresolved. Their financial life is handled, not in the future, already, and in that already there is a particular quality of stillness, not the stillness of waiting, not the stillness of hoping something will change, the stillness of someone who has nothing left to change. Feel that quality. Let it have a temperature, a texture, a weight, the way the chest feels when it is not holding anything, the way the breath moves when it has nowhere urgent to go, the way the mind rests when it has nothing to solve. This is the feeling, not the circumstances, the feeling of being the one for whom this is already done. Stay in this moment. You are in your bed. The room is dark. The day is behind you. And the only thing left to do is fall asleep as this person, which is exactly what you are doing right now, already. Now let the scene shift very gently. Same identity, different moment. It is morning. You have just woken. There is a few seconds before thought arrives fully. That soft, unformed space between sleep and day. Notice what is not there. The scan. You know the scan. The rapid, almost involuntary accounting that arrives with consciousness. What is owed? What is due? What remains? What needs to happen today? so that the numbers hold. For this person, that scan does not run, not because they are avoiding it, not because they are practicing positivity, because there is nothing to scan for. The numbers are fine. The numbers have been fine, and the mind knows this so completely that it has stopped checking. The morning opens, just the morning, light, the sound of whatever is outside, the body waking slowly, and somewhere in that ordinary sequence, there is a quality of ease that this person does not even notice anymore, because it has become the background of everything, not an achievement, not a reminder to be grateful, just the way mornings feel. Feel that, the morning opening without weight, the mind clear at its first moment of the day, the body rising into a day that requires nothing extraordinary of it. Let that be completely ordinary. Let it feel expected. Let it feel like simply how it is. Now, one more, an ordinary moment. You are somewhere. It doesn't matter where exactly, and there is something you want, something small, something that in another version of your life would have produced that familiar internal hesitation, that half-second pause, that quiet calculation, that moment of measuring want against what you could afford to spend. Notice that pause does not come. You simply decide without the second voice, without the internal negotiation, without the slight contraction in the chest that used to accompany every small choice. And what is remarkable, what you notice just briefly before moving on, is how effortless that was. Not triumphant, not even particularly conscious. Just easy, the way decisions feel when there is nothing threatening behind them. You move on. The moment passes, and the ease passes with it into the background, where it lives now. Permanent, unremarkable, yours. Let these 3 moments settle. The night, the morning, the small decision made freely. All the same person, all the same inner landscape, all available to you right now, because you are already inhabiting the state. Let it loop gently. The dark room, the weightless morning, the effortless decision. Again, the settled body, the clear mind, the absence of the second voice. Again, quieter, more familiar, more yours. Now the words begin to match what is already here. No effort, no repetition needed, just allowing them to land. Money is already resolved. It is done. I am not in the process anymore. There is nothing to fix. nothing to chase, nothing to force. Everything is already in place. I live after the result. This has already been decided. There is no version where this is undone. There is no path where this does not work. I move without hesitation. There is no pressure behind my decisions. There is no unfinished feeling in me. I am not waiting. I am not preparing. I am not trying. It is already handled. My mornings are clear. My decisions are easy. My mind does not run that calculation anymore. There is nothing to calculate. The answer is already known. The body knows it. The mind no longer questions it. This is normal now. This is stable. This is who I am. This is how it has been. This is how it remains. This is how it continues. I am the one who has already crossed. I am the one for whom this is settled. I am the one who falls asleep with nothing unresolved. I am not becoming this. I already am this. The second voice is gone. The background pressure is gone. The weight I carried without naming it is gone. What remains is this: quiet, steady, done. Now just remain here, no effort, no direction, just this. It is done, already done. Nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to return to. It has already been completed. There is nothing left undone. Nothing exists outside of it being done. The room is dark, the body is heavy, the day is gone, and you are already the one who has crossed. Let the breath become quieter, let the thoughts become fewer, let the distance between them grow. Longer and longer pauses, softer and softer edges, the voice becoming just one more thing, drifting at the edge of awareness. It is done, already done. The night, the settled body, the clear morning waiting on the other side. Nothing owed, nothing overdue, nothing unresolved between you and sleep, just the dark, just the weight, just the ordinary quiet of someone for whom the question is closed. Rest here, the body sinking further, the mind releasing the last thread, the state holding steady beneath everything. You don't have to maintain it. It maintains itself. It is the ground you are already standing on. Even as you sleep, especially as you sleep, it is done, already done. Let the words go now. Let even the feeling of listening go. There is only the dark, the breath, the weight of a body that has nothing left to carry, and underneath all of it, steady, unchanging, the simple fact it is done. Sleep now, as that person in that reality, in that quiet.